Y'all seemed to love this video last year when I did it. Today, we are doing my entire 2025 DVD Blu-ray collection. This was the year that I converted to mainly buying Blu-rays. So most of it's Blu-ray. I have a couple DVDs. I'm not saying I don't have DVDs in here. I have like 6 of them in here, I want to say. So, yeah, so let's get started. I did this last year and you guys seem to really enjoy it. This year, it's even more. This year, I went buck crazy when it came to what I bought right away when it came out on physical. Um, Most of these I saw in the theaters, so that's part of it because I saw a lot of these in the movie theater. I didn't even like if I like the movie in the theater, I'm most likely gonna buy it. Um, but let's get started. Just like last year, we're gonna start with the earliest in the year released on physical to, November and December releases will be the last shown. So let's get started with Smile 2. Now, technically, this movie came out last year, but the physical came out in January of this year. Crazy that this movie's already a year old. Um, this is a great movie. I saw this on Paramount Plus when it went to streaming and had a ton of fun with it. Just really surprising how much I enjoyed this movie. I knew I was gonna like it, but not as much as I did. So here it is. I need to get a better slip on this. This slip got dented and really beat up. I don't remember how it happened, but it did. Now, obviously, this was in the time period where Paramount wasn't doing just basic Blu-rays. So if you wanted the Blu-ray, you needed to buy the 4K, which I hated that, but at the same time, I didn't mind it. So yeah, Smile 2. Next release that I have from 2025 is Wicked. Obviously, I would feel insanely weird if I didn't have this movie. I think this was one of the biggest movies that came out last year, so easily, and the physical came out in like February, I think. So yeah, I did see the Wicked for Good, and I did really enjoy that as well. I've heard mixed from a lot of people. There are people who say that the first is better. I personally didn't really see a huge difference between the two. I thought they were both pretty equal when it comes to quality, so I don't really have a favorite of the two. I think they're both great, so I'm not gonna go in like a lot of detail. I think I did last year, but I'm not going to this year because there are a lot more this year. I think I have like 20 this year, where last year I had like 10. So I have like double of what I had last year. I already used the code, so yeah. I have the code already used, so don't even try. I mean, if you want to try, you can. I'm just saying that it's not going to do anything. This is a recent one. This is the first DVD that I have that I'm going to show today. September 5th. This was a really good movie. My theater actually didn't even show this. So I had to wait till Paramount Plus for this. And I did actually really enjoy this. Quite a bit. So, and this does have a Blu-ray. This was actually, I think, the last DVD I picked up for the whole year. I picked this up literally maybe a month or two ago. It was like $5 in the Walmart bin. And I didn't really feel like tracking down the Blu-ray. I figured it's already been long enough. I'm just gonna grab it on DVD, and then if I decide to get it on Blu-ray later on, I can. So here it is with its plain silver disc. Again, another movie that I don't know why I think this is an error. It says 2024, but it came out in 2025, I think. So maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it came out in 2025. So I don't know why it says 2024 on it. Next up, this one actually took me a while to get. This also came out last year. At least in the theaters, but the physical came out this year. So obviously, if you guys couldn't tell, any movie that came out last year, if the physical was released in 2025, it's in here. It doesn't matter if the movie was released in theaters in 2024. If the DVD or Blu-ray or 4K came out in 2025, it's going to be here. So we got Red One. This one took me a while to get. I was going to get this when it came out, and I just never got to getting it, and ended up waiting till like summertime of this year to finally grab it. I was looking for a Blu-ray for a while, and I finally came across it, and it was on sale, so I just grabbed it while it was on sale. It wasn't like anything crazy sale. It was like $18 instead of $25 or whatever the price of the Blu-ray when it came out was. So it wasn't like anything crazy, but I do have it. It's another one that took me a long time to get, because I wanted to get the Blu-ray of this, and I just gave up trying to find the Blu-ray of Wolfman. This is the first movie I saw that came out in 2025. I saw it in the theaters, and had a fun time with it. This movie is quite controversial. There are a lot of people who hate this movie, and there's a lot of people who actually enjoyed it. I was somebody who enjoyed this movie and had a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, I own it. One of the very few times where I actually got to go to the theater to watch an R-rated movie, but yeah, here it is. Need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it for a while, but put that on like a list or something of stuff to rewatch at some point here again, because it's a good movie. Again, if I ever find a Blu-ray for a good price, I'll probably pick it up, but until then, I'm fine with a DVD. Here we're getting kind of to the DVD bulk. This is where most of the DVDs are going to be. Is right here, because this was like the last time I bought DVDs before I fully went to just buying Blu-ray, and you'll kind of see that. We got Dogman. I saw this one in the theaters as well, and I really enjoyed this as well. I thought this was really good. DreamWorks has been on an absolute roll. Granted, I haven't seen Bad Guys 2, so I wasn't a big fan of the first Bad Guys. So, I'd never watched the second one when it came out, and I still haven't, despite it being streaming now, and physical being out, so I can rent it or watch it on Peacock, and I just never got to it, and I don't know when I'm going to, because it's not really a movie that I'm super duper interested in watching, but for now, from what I've seen as of recent, DreamWorks has been on an absolute roll with their movies the past year, I want to say. Wild Robot was right before this, and that was an amazing film as well, so there's Dogman. Here we've got Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This took a really long time to get put out on physical. I do remember that. I think this came out in like May, but the movie came out in theaters in December, so it was a long wait for a physical. I actually remember, I'm pretty sure the physical of this got delayed, because I'm pretty sure it was originally going to come out in like April, and then it got delayed to May for some reason. But I was going to get the 4K of this. Obviously, this is a Paramount, so this didn't have a regular Blu-ray. But I was on eBay, and there was a brand new sealed copy that somebody was selling for like $12 on release week. I just picked it up. I wanted the movie, so I just grabbed it. I didn't wait for the 4K. So at some point I am going to try to get the 4K of this, but right now I'll stick with DVD. Again, I have nothing against DVD. I still own a lot of DVDs, and I'm not going to upgrade everything in my collection. I actually have a pretty good stack of stuff I'm just going to keep on DVD. I have nothing against DVD, but If I like the movie enough, I want to upgrade it to Blu-ray. If it's a movie that I like that I'm just kind of bored of, or like I've seen it so many times I just barely watch the movie anymore, that I'm just leaving on DVD. So next up, this was a really good movie that I saw in the theaters. I would say this is probably one of the most surprising movies I saw this year. In the theater. Last Breaths. Again, another one that I just couldn't find the Blu-ray of, so I just picked up the DVD. I actually bought this release day. Because I do remember. I was watching YouTubers going to the store, and I just knew from the videos. I was like, oh, well, this movie, the Blu-ray's not in the stores, so it's gonna be harder to track down. So I'm just gonna go with DVD, and then at some point I'll get the Blu-ray. But Last Breath, this was a great movie, guys. I can't stress that enough. I had so much fun with this movie. And one of the most surprising movies of the year, probably, for me. So, yeah. And I changed the case on it, because I don't like eco cases. I know that some of the DVDs I showed had eco cases, but I just never got around to switching those cases out. I do not like EcoBox cases, so I try to switch them out as often as I can. I'm kind of running out though, so I need to go online and just buy more EcoBox cases, or not EcoBox, better cases, because EcoBox cases suck. I think we can all agree on that. And the last DVD for a little bit here. This one I actually literally just got maybe a month ago, because it was on sale on Amazon, and I just picked it up because I had a card for Amazon. The Unbreakable Boy. I saw this one in the theaters as well, and I did actually quite enjoy this one. Had a lot of fun with this, and it was a very good movie and a good story that I quite enjoyed. Now, this one is a weird one. It is a Lionsgate, which makes it even weirder, because Lionsgate usually does every, like, version, I guess, of a movie. DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, Steelbook. This only has DVD. There isn't even a Blu-ray for this, for some reason. I don't know why. I thought the movie was really good. But it only has a DVD. Because I looked to see if there was a Blu-ray when I was buying it, and it was just DVD. So I just bought the DVD, and I don't know if this will ever get upgraded. If it does, great. I don't know if it will though, but maybe. Alrighty, next up. I saw this one in the theater multiple times, and I've seen it multiple times since the physical came out too. Captain America, Brave New World. I really liked this. I really had a lot of fun with this movie. I know this was probably the most controversial Marvel film of the year. I know a lot of people weren't a big fan of this movie. I think the Rotten Tomato score just kind of says it all for this. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm not a super picky person. If you can entertain me, then I'm gonna like the movie. And this movie definitely entertained me. And I had a lot of fun with it. I definitely don't agree with the score that this movie got on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's, I don't know, is it what, 40 or 45 or something? It's very low. But it's a great movie. I had a lot of fun with it. Again, digital code, but I already used it. So, Captain America, Brave New World. Honestly, I think this might be interesting to people. I think out of all of these, my least favorite Marvel film was probably, from this year, was probably the highest rated one. I think that's Fantastic Four. I liked Fantastic Four, but out of the three, it was probably my least favorite. I don't think Marvel had a bad movie this year. I think all of Marvel's films this year were really solid. This one I saw in the theaters as well. I don't know why. It just interested me. I like Looney Tunes. I'm talking about The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tune movie. I loved this. I had so much fun with it. Seeing the old classic animation style in a modern day movie, doing like 2D animation again, and stuff like that. I loved it. I had so much fun watching this, and honestly, just really surprised me. I do know that this company, which is Ketchup something, I think it's Ketchup Studios or something, or Ketchup Productions, who bought this from Warner Bros. They did buy the Roadrunner movie or Wile E. Coyote or whatever it is. That's coming out in 2026. I'm probably gonna go see that as well. So, they will have me seated for that. I remember people were freaking out when it was announced that that was gonna actually finally come out because people didn't think we were gonna get it. Um, and it's got some nice disc art. I actually didn't buy this when it first came out. This one is another one I waited on. I don't know why I waited because the Blu-ray price of this wasn't even that much. I think it was like $17 or something like that when it came out, which isn't bad at all. So I don't know why I waited, but I did because I wanted to get it on release day. I do remember even going and looking for it, and I found it, and I just put it back. Um, I don't know. Here we have another DVD. We got Drop. This movie surprised me. One of the biggest surprises probably for this whole year. This movie's great. I genuinely love this movie. I saw this in the theaters by myself with two other people. Both were teenagers. Two girl teenagers, and we just instantly bonded watching this movie and trying to guess who the killer was, or the I guess the villain was of the movie. We were just having a blast, and I think that experience made this movie even better for me. But I had so much fun watching this in the theater, which made me love this movie so much. So I bought it on release day. Most of these you'll see I bought release day. Very few I waited on for this year. But this year also I started pre-ordering stuff again too. So next up, we got a Minecraft movie. I enjoyed this. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not. It's goofy fun. That's really what it is. And you know what? Every once in a while, I need a movie like that. And this was probably one of my favorites when it came to that kind of movie. It was so goofy, but I loved it. So yeah, I picked up the Blu-ray for like $12 or something on eBay. It wasn't a release day buy. Again, it was kind of I waited for streaming on it, and then waited for the price to come down a little bit online for it, and then I grabbed it. But I had a lot of fun watching this online on HBO Max. And yeah. I do know that we're getting a sequel to this now. They already confirmed a sequel. I am there for that. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'll go to the theater for it, but I am kind of excited, which I can't believe I'm saying because I wasn't even excited about the first one that much. So I can't even believe I'm saying that I'm kind of excited for the sequel. That's going to come out in like 2 years, but by then I might not even care in 2 years. I probably won't even care. I'll probably just forget all about it. But next up is another one that I waited for the price to come down. Sinners. This is a movie that is in huge talk for like winning Best Picture or some awards. I think it already is winning awards. I'm not a big follower of that. I don't really understand that stuff as much. I do really like this movie. This movie did surprise me quite a lot, honestly. Is it my favorite movie of the year? No, not even close. A lot of people said this was their favorite of the year or top 3 of the year. I think the movie's good, don't get me wrong, but I do think overall this movie got a lot more praise than it should have got, but it's still a good movie. I did wait for the price to come down on this. I think I paid $15 for it, instead of $25 or $23 for it, I think, actually, because it's Warner Bros. I think it was $23, so, but I waited, and it came down to $15, so I picked it up. And I watched it on HBO Max as well because it's R, it's rated R, so I can't go see it in the theaters because I'm not 18. So this one I did see in the theaters, and it is actually rated R. I had somebody that said they would take me to it. Until Dawn. I had a lot of fun with this. I don't know why I liked it as much as I did. I just did. It was just a fun movie that I had fun watching. So, yeah. Again, I already replaced the case on this one as well. This one is another really weird one where there was a 4K made for this, but no Blu-ray. And I think the 4K is out of print already. So there really isn't any other format you can buy this on. So, yeah. Here we have... Okay, this was one of the horror movies that I actually agreed with the praise that it got. Which I wasn't expecting to agree with, but I did. Final Destination, Bloodlines. I had a lot of fun with this. I watched it on HBO Max and had a lot of fun and bought it on eBay. I'm trying to think. Oh, I didn't buy it on eBay. I bought this at Walmart when it finally came down to like $15. Like 2 months ago. I had a lot of fun with this. I was waiting for the price to come down on this because I didn't want to pay full price on it. Because towards the end, I was kind of going kind of really crazy with what ones I was buying full price, which was ending up to be a lot of them. So I kind of slowed down. You'll kind of see here Until Dawn as well. I forgot to mention I waited on to come down a little bit before I picked it up. So you'll kind of see here that I kind of went through about a month or two spurt of waiting for prices to come down. And then I went back to buying full price again. But I will mention also that there are movies that came out this year that I do want on physical that I just haven't got yet. And I'll mention those at the end before I turn the video off. I'll mention I think there's like 4 that I still want from this year that I just never got. Here we have my favorite Marvel movie of the year, Thunderbolts, aka The New Avengers, whichever you want to call it. I adored this movie, and dude, it was so fun. I watched it in the theaters twice, and I watched it with my mom and my sister at home after the physical came out, and they enjoyed it a lot as well. I love this, and I really do want to see a movie like maybe a sequel to this. I know that they're the new Avengers. They're gonna be in the Avenger movies going forward, but I wish. Sorry, had a hiccup. I wish they had more movies that were like a sequel to this of just these characters by themselves, because this was a great film. And again, all these codes that are movies anywhere are claimed. So, because I do have an account, so I have a lot of movies already on there. So here we have another movie that surprised the crap out of me this year, and ended up being, I want to say, one of my favorites all year. How to Train Your Dragon. I loved this. We're getting a sequel to it. I can't wait. I think this is an amazing film. Definitely was a little bit worried being a live action remake. We know how those go a lot of the times when people... It's not even just Disney, it's any company that tries to do live action remakes. Most of the time it usually isn't amazing. And, well, I can tell you one thing is that this movie did not disappoint. Unlike Disney with most of their live action remakes. Hence why I don't own a lot of their live action remakes. I have like 2 or 3 of them, and that's it. So, because most of them are not good. But this was a great one. I had a lot of fun with this, and I saw it twice in the span of 2 weeks. And I do have the 3 animated ones on DVD. I'm not really planning on upgrading those as of now, but I do have them nonetheless. This next one is my first ever A24 release that I have ever bought. Well, not my only A24 release, but this is the first A24 release that I have in their new kind of packaging that they do. Bring Her Back. I watched this on HBO Max and loved it. These are from the people who did Talk to Me, which was one of my favorite horror movies of the year that came out. And I can't wait for that sequel to come out whenever that's going to happen. They said it's still happening, but it's been years and we know nothing. We have no update on it. So, the artwork and just the packaging of this release is amazing. I got this for like $15 at Barnes & Noble's during their October sale. Every horror movie was on sale for half off. So, I want to show you guys everything in this because this is just amazing. This artwork on this is just beautiful and so well done. Unfortunately, their A24 is more of a miss when it comes to being a company for me. I don't love a lot of A24 films. I wanted to love this, and I did. I was hoping I was going to like it. I remember seeing the trailers saying that it was a movie that looked really interesting to me. And yeah, this movie didn't disappoint at all. Which just, for me, is even better because this is the two movies that this YouTube channel made. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the channel or anything or the people. I've liked both of their movies to death. Like, I have loved both of their movies. Which makes them definitely, whenever they drop a new movie, I'm probably going to want to go see it. So, there's Bring Her Back. This was a must-buy for me. I saw this and loved it. I am a diehard Stitch fan, so of course I saw the Lilo and Stitch live-action remake. I know this got a lot of mixed from a lot of people. I had no issue with this. I actually loved this. Might be probably easily top 3 for the whole year for me. Actually, I can't say that because I've seen so many movies this year, as you can see. I don't even know if I could pick a top 3 at this point. Because there's so many I saw this year. Great movie, though. I did an unboxing of this on release day. This was the first ever time I did a DVD or a Blu-ray unboxing on my channel, I think. And y'all loved it. It got like over 1,000 views in the span of a couple days. So, it was huge. Next up, Karate Kid Legends. I saw this in the theater and had a lot of fun with it. Another movie that got mixed from most people, and I just had a lot of fun with it. This is a movie that wasn't in theaters long, or at least in my theater. It was in my theater for maybe 3 weeks, and it was gone. It wasn't there very long. I know the movie didn't make as much money as people thought it was going to make, but still a really good movie. And had a lot of fun with watching this. This was one also that I didn't buy release day because it came out the same day as Lilo and Stitch. And I just really didn't want to drop $50 in one day just on 2 movies. So I waited for this to come down a little bit. I think I got it for like $14 or something like that. Off eBay. So all of these ones that I'm buying off of eBay, by the way, that I'm saying I'm buying off of eBay, literally are all from one seller. So, yeah. I found a seller that sold them on release cheaper than stores. So, I just started buying from them when I didn't want to spend full price on it. We got Jurassic World Rebirth. I really enjoyed this one. Better than Dominion to me, which I know this is probably really controversial. I also really enjoyed Dominion, though, so I know a lot of people hated Dominion. I really enjoyed it, so, actually, it was probably one of my favorite movies of 2022. So I was really excited, to see this, and I think this is better than Dominion. My grandma thinks Dominion was better. I think this is way better than Dominion. I just think this movie was just more enjoyable. Even I think Dominion, the only issue I really had with Dominion was the runtime was kind of long. It was like 2 hours and like 50 minutes. When like the last like 45 minutes was like one long scene that could have been like 20 minutes. That was my main issue with Dominion. That was really my only issue with Dominion, which is why I think Rebirth was better to me, because they didn't make it close to a 3-hour movie. It was like 2 hours exactly. Next up, I don't remember if I bought this release day or if I bought this after release. Superman. I don't think I bought this release day. If I remember right, I was like really busy when this came out, and I never got the chance to go to the store, so I think I got it like a week or two later. Because I just never had the chance to go buy it in the store. But great movie. I saw this one multiple times as well. If I love a movie, you'll notice that I see them in the theater a couple times. Unless they're like one of those movies that leave theaters really fast. Next up, Megan 2.0. This is my first ever pre-order that I'd made from Groove.com. And yeah, got it early. So I got it like a week before it released. And I really liked this. I do think the first is better. But not by a lot. I think that they're both pretty good. And overall, I would watch any of them any day. I think they're both great. I know this movie did terrible at the box office, which is unfortunate because I really do want to see another one of these. I think the concept of Megan is really good, and I would love to see a third one. We probably will see a third one. As the people who work on these do seem very passionate about these films, so we'll probably see another one. And hopefully they go more towards the horror route than a comedy route like the second one did. Even though the first one wasn't really horror that much either. Next up, F1 the movie. This was another one of the biggest surprises of the year. This was great. This was really good. I bought this on Groove. I pre-ordered it. I didn't even hesitate to pre-order this. I was so excited to get this on physical, because this movie is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Easily, I would say one of, if not the biggest surprise of the year for me. Wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. And I did see that one in the theater as well. Here we have Fantastic Four First Steps. Again, I think this is my least favorite Marvel film for the year. But I don't dislike this movie. I actually still love this movie. But I think this year for Marvel was just really solid. And if there was one movie that I think I liked the least, it was probably this one. But I still liked it. That's the crazy part, is that Marvel for me this year was just all around amazing. They didn't have a bad movie this year to me, so yeah. This is just kind of the one that I go to the least, but still wanted to get this one really bad on physical. We got Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I really enjoyed this. This is another movie that got just mixed from everybody. I think mainly just because of the runtime. This movie is very close to 3 hours long, and it's like, yeah, it's really close to 3 hours. So, I think it's like 2 hours and like 51 minutes. And I think that's the main problem people had, was it kind of dragged on. I didn't think it dragged. I thought this movie was really solid. I thought the moving was really good on this, and they moved through stuff at a good speed. I had a lot of fun. Saw it twice, and just loved it. Unfortunately, Paramount you can only get the digital codes on Apple TV, which I don't have. So I can't redeem those. So here we have one that I watched on streaming because it's rated R that I really liked. This was being called the best horror movie of the whole year, and I honestly might agree with you. This might be my favorite horror movie that came out this year. If not my favorite, maybe it's easily top 3, no matter what. But Weapons, I loved this. I just had so much fun with this movie. It was super unique, and I think that was part of the reason I liked it as much as I did. Because it was unique, it was different, and it was just really cool to see this movie. And I was genuinely confused on where the movie was going all the time. Multiple times in this, I didn't know where the movie was going. And it just surprised the crap out of me. If you haven't seen Weapons, I do recommend this movie highly. It's a really good movie. This is a one that came out last year, but the physical came out a year later. I don't know why. The best Christmas pageant ever. I don't know why this movie came out a year later on physical. The movie came out in 2024, around Christmas time. I'll say like November. And the physical of this came out November of 2025. I don't know why they waited so long, but they did. This movie was really good though. I had a lot of fun watching this in the theaters last year. Definitely knew 100% that I was picking this up when it came out on physical media, and it wasn't even that expensive. It was actually pretty good price too. So I think the Blu-ray was like $16.99 or something like that. It was a really good price. So yeah. Next up, almost done here. We got this one, and then there's one other one after this, and then we're done. This video is almost 45 minutes, which is crazy, because I tried to go as fast as I could, but Freakier Friday. I saw this in the theaters twice, and had so much fun with this. I like this more than the original from 2003. I think this is hilarious. And just had a lot of fun. I think this movie is going to be one of those Disney movies that just really falls under the radar. And not a lot of people talk about this movie in the future, but I think this is a great film that deserves more attention than what it got this year. And then the last movie I have that released in 2025 on physical, and this is the last thing I'm getting for this year, Conjuring 4 Last Rites. I love this movie. This is actually my favorite horror movie of the year of 2025, easily. This was my most anticipated film, so yes, I may have some biasy towards this being my favorite of the year, because I was super duper pumped for this. But this movie did not disappoint at all, for me. I don't know why on the camera the disc looks orange. It's actually like a dark red. But it's like orange on camera, which is really weird because in person it's like a dark red. This movie was great. It was so good and had so much fun with it. So there is that. And that is it. That is every movie that I have that came out in 2025. I have a lot from this year. And there are 3, I want to say, movies that I do want to get at some point that I just didn't pick up this year yet. Those being Clown in a Cornfield, Hard Eyes, and Soul on Fire, which literally just came out like last week. So that is it that I don't have from this year that I want. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the long video. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.